Notice what the character Chris says about the Rubik's Cube and how powerful it is. Pretty awesome. Let's watch.
So I'm used to being in a position where I have to make decisions, and Mr. Twistle, listen, this is a very important.
I'm sorry. This thing's impossible.
I can do it.
No, you can't. No one can.
It looks like it works around a swivel, so the centerpieces never move. So if it's yellow in the center, that's the yellow side.
Right.
If it's red in the center, that's the red side.
Okay.
So,
Right there. Did you catch that? The centerpieces never move. I never knew that. That's pretty awesome. It's true of the Rubik's Cube. It's true of life, too. When money fear hits, it tries to convince you that your worth as a person is changing with your circumstances. Like if you feel behind, you must be failing. Or if you're struggling, you must be less. Or if you're feeling anxious about something, I guess you're just not strong enough. But none of those things are true. You see, the center doesn't move. Your worth as a person doesn't move. It doesn't go down when your bank account goes down. On the Rubik's Cube, the outside pieces, well, they can be a mess. But the centerpiece tells you what color that side is, what you're working towards, what you're building towards.
You almost have the side. Holy cow. You're almost there.
Here's what that can mean for our lives today, practically right now. First, we need to find the center of ourselves before we turn the pieces. And it's simple. Jesus is the center. He loves you. You're his child. You are precious. You are of great worth. Also, some other people in your life will see that in you, just like in the scene, and they will believe in you. Our money, our circumstances, look, they all go up and down, good and bad, but the center remains the same. God's love for you never changes. You have great worth. And look, I understand if you can't say that or believe that about yourself right now, just borrow it and let it help you for right now. Once the center is steady, you don't solve the whole Rubik's Cube all at once. You build it one turn, one side at a time. So here's a really good next step. I want you to choose one thing, one move to do in the next 24 hours. Not 5, not 10, one doable thing. Maybe it's you sit down with your spouse and you make a plan to organize your bills, and maybe you cut up some credit cards, right? Or you look at the Financial Peace University or Dave Ramsey's book, Total Money Makeover. Whatever works for you guys. Maybe it is you come up with an idea to submit an application for a new job or toy around with some ideas for a new business. The truth is this, money fear, it always tries to tell you, you need to fix it all right now. But wisdom says, make one move around the center. Stay with me because the next scene in our movie is where it gets real.
Chris Gardner, how are you? Good morning. I've been sitting out there for the last half hour trying to come up with a story that would explain my being here dressed like this. And I couldn't think of anything. So the truth is, I was arrested for failure to pay parking tickets.
Parking tickets?
And I ran all the way here from the Polk station, the police station.
This is a masterclass in what to do when you feel behind and when you feel like life is beating you up. Look at what Chris does. He shows up even when he's embarrassed. He's had all this going on. He's got pain on his face. And what does he do? He just tells the truth. He just says, hey, this is what really happened. In other words, he doesn't fake perfection. He brings courage into the room, and they see that.
Can I say something? I'm the type of person, if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, I'm gonna tell you that I don't know. But I bet you what, I know how to find the answer, and I will find the answer.
What would you say if a guy walked in for an interview without a shirt on?
He must have had on some really nice pants.
Money fear wants to push you into two traps: hide until you look perfect and control everything so you never feel exposed again. But progress, real progress, well, it often looks like showing up very imperfect. And I don't know about you guys, but this helped me so much. And I just hope this settles in your heart and it's helpful for you too. Listen, you are not disqualified or worthless because you're in a hard chapter in your life. A hard chapter is not the whole story. Let the hard things highlight your true worth. So what's your interview moment this week? Like this scene, not necessarily literally an interview, just the next place you maybe need to show up even when things aren't perfect. Now, earlier I said your worth doesn't move. And for me, the reason I can say that is pretty simple, because I know that God's love doesn't move. What I mean is God loves you when you're behind, when you're ahead, when you feel scared. God loves you when you feel calm in all your circumstances. Money fear, on the other hand, says you need to control everything because you're not safe. But God's love says you are loved and now you can take the next step. So love and then step. And if you're living with that anxiety, this feeling that Pastor Paul, I'm doing everything I can, but it's still not enough. Here's what you can do. Start, my friends, with what doesn't move. Your worth as a person, the center, God's love for you. Take one doable step in the next 24 hours. Maybe you show up imperfect, right? And you show truth and courage, like Chris's interview. Maybe you decide to let the hard times, well, you're going to let them highlight your worth, whatever it is for you. I love this movie and these scenes. They help me, and I hope they help you too. Now, next week, in part 2, we'll talk about the deeper why beneath the fear, so you can stop living like everything depends on you alone. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss next week's Simple Faith video. It's going to be powerful. My friends, it is so good to have you a part of the Simple Faith tribe. We love having you here. It's so great to hear your questions and comments. Make sure you comment below and let me know what about this scene in this movie really touched you. And I want you to remember this. Always remember this, my friends. God loves you, and so do I. We're going to see you in the next video.